I teach an 11-week course at the clubhouse in my community, my 55 plus community, and it has been so rewarding. I have former students come to me. One came to me a couple of weeks ago and she said, I feel like I'm finally growing up. Others have just amazing stories of how they cleared out stuff, how they've cleared out their time, not only their busy schedules, but how they cleared out space in their home and they've organized it and they're living more joyful lives. I don't get into what I call my 5 steps of decluttering until the 3rd week because I realize we have to talk a lot about the mindset, and we do. Getting geared up in our minds and convincing ourselves that if not now, when? We keep putting it off, right? So we have to just ease on into it. And this is my 5-step method, all in on page 18 of the workbook. Step number 1 is decide. You have to decide. You have to decide when you're going to do it and where you're going to start and all those things. And you have to make an appointment with your clutter. Do it. Now that's the actual sorting it into groups. Save it, donate it, sell it, whatever you're going to do with this stuff. You have to actually sort that. And you set a timer. I recommend setting a timer for 15-minute segments. That works best for people. And not to it works not to have decision fatigue and wear yourself out, not get overwhelmed. You want to avoid the overwhelm. The 3rd step is deal with it. You got all this stuff sorted. Now you have to either sell it. Where are you going to sell it? How are you going to sell it? Or are you going to donate it? Or are you going to give it to a family member? Are you going to have it hauled away? What are you prepared to do with your stuff? And so you deal with it, but then after you clear off, you clear that whole area out, say it's your bedroom, maybe you've divided it into zones, which I recommend, and you've cleared it all out, and your room, I started with my desk in my bedroom, and I got that, and then I declared victory over the desk. It's not going to be messy again, so that involves some habit changes, but each zone, I took a before picture and an after picture, and that's part of the declare victory step, the 4th step. You declare victory over that space, because that's going to set your mind in the right space. Like, you're going to realize that you're never going back there. That space is never going back there. That doesn't mean you're going to not, regress a little bit every once in a while, but you're going to be more determined. Once you put up a sign, and I have these on my I'm going to have these on my website, but I have smaller ones and bigger ones. You put this on your door, and it says chaos-free zone. And I remember putting my first chaos-free zone. It wasn't this fancy. I made it fancier since that time I decluttered. I put that on my door, and then I moved to another area and put that on the door, moved into another area and put that on the door. And my husband was just kind of astonished. He said, what's going on here? He saw my clear horizontal surfaces. He saw my habits changing. He saw me determined. He saw me victorious, courageous. He saw me getting rid of stuff. And you know what he said? He said he was astonished that I was getting serenity. Chaos was being kicked out and serenity was getting in there. So they declared victory over an area and celebrated. I did a little dance with this little decluttering group that I was involved in, and I felt like dancing and celebrating, because it's a big accomplishment, and especially when you get your whole house done. And that may take a while. It took 2 or 3 years. It took 3 years for me, from the beginning of my desk in my bedroom to the last my storage closet upstairs in my condo building. Then step 5, we don't want to forget that one. That is develop better habits. Because you know what? We can slip right back into where we were. Chaos can go right through the door. Walk right through the door again if we don't keep it away, and better habits are going to keep it away. And I can't teach you all of this at once, but a lot of you want to know, a lot of you on social media, my followers on social media, want to know what the 5 steps are. These are the 5 steps. These are golden. These work. So decide, do it, deal with it, declare victory, and develop better habits. I like, things to kind of alliteration type of thing, But let me go into more detail. Decide. Step 1. You write down your what and your where. You actually write it down. There's something magical that happens when you write it down. And you make an appointment. I'm going to do it at 2 o'clock. And since then, I've developed the 1 hour, one thing tool it really helps structure your day, especially when you have a scattered brain like me. And that is a free download on my website right now. And I will go into it further. But basically, if you don't have one of these, you have a calendar maybe, hopefully, or you just have a little notepad. You're going to scratch down. At between 2 and 3, I'm going to declutter. So you take that before picture. You're not going to want to do it. You're going, oh my. I uploaded onto that group I was telling you about, the decluttering group. This is what my desk looks like, and I'm going to work on it. I'm setting the timer, and I'm setting it for 15 minutes at a time, and I'm taking little breaks, anywhere from 2 to 5 minute breaks in between, so I won't get fatigued. And I don't recommend more than an hour. And if you're really ambitious, maybe 2. But don't get all carried away. Your tendency might be to take everything out of the closet and make a huge, enormous, overwhelming mess. But don't do that, because you'll be so overwhelmed, you'll be paralyzed, and the stuff will be all over the place for days, maybe weeks before you get done. You end up putting it all the way, all in and back in the closet again. So take that before photo, and then say, why do you think planning is so important when decluttering a space? That's one of the workshop questions. Why is it so important? Because without a plan, you're going to fail. You have to have a plan, a written down plan. So I said, zone 1, desk. Zone 2 was my bookcase. Zone 3 was my clothes closet, whatever. I had 7 zones and then it says, can taking a before photo help you? It can, because you're going, whoa, I want it to look better. I'm going to share this photo with somebody. It might be a group. It might just be your husband. It might be your children, whoever you want to share it with, but they need to know how far you've come. So there is, and then page 20. That's the second step, the do it part. So you set the time, you get up, and you go, you structure your whole day around when you're going to do your clutter. You make sure that your calendar's cleared enough, and things might come in. Nope, got an appointment. And so you check off as you go. 15 minutes, I did it. Yeah, take a little break. 15 minutes, check it again. I made a little break. And then list some ways you use it. So how do you think using a timer might help you stay focused? My class members say it always helps them. You hear that little tick, 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 tick. I have a kitchen timer I use. Tick, 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 tick. Some people love that. Some people just want their phones, to time it, and then it goes ding. You go, 15 minutes? Well, I accomplished quite a bit. And then you go, well, I'm going to take a little break, get a little glass of water, go to the bathroom, whatever, but don't get too involved, don't get too sidetracked, and go right back to it. Okay, so step 3, deal with it. There are so many ways to deal with it. I'm going to list them off. Donate, keep, recycle, discard, sell, use up, give it away, mend it or fix it. if you're so inclined, repurpose it, relocate it. A lot of things, is better off in another room or in another place. Consign it. I've done that with some of the better clothes that I have and actually make money to buy new things. And start using, or you can start using and you can say, okay, well, this lotion's been in this cabinet forever. I need to start using it or start wearing it. And then you might be able to add to this list. Okay. And then I say to the class members on this worksheet, is giving away something easy or hard to do? Why or why not? And that is hard. We like hanging on to things that have value. It has value, we say. But you know what? It no longer has value to you. It may have value, but not to you. So this is from the Minimalist Mom that I like to look at every once in a while. She just has 3 things. Donate, time will tell, because she wants to think about something, a little bit further. So she puts it in a time will tell bin or trash. Those 3 things. Donate it, want to think about it a little bit, or this is going out. So that's it. I hope you're following me. Then we have to examine, why is this so hard for me to let go of? These are some questions you might ask yourself that will help you let go of your item. 1, does the current me use and love this item? 2, why am I hanging on to this item? 3, do I need so many of these items? 4, have I used this item in the past year? And that's a really good one. And then finally, 5, could someone else be using this item? That is a really good one to think about. There's a lot of people out there that are in need of what you have in your possession that you are no longer needing. All about storage. So you've sorted all this stuff and, say you're in your kitchen and you've gone, and I don't recommend kitchen for beginners. it's a lot of stuff in there, but you're going through it and you're going, well, I've gotten rid of all this Tupperware that I use or plasticware or, dishes or whatever that you're going through. I don't need 100 coffee cups. So then you're storing it back, the things you have decided you're going to keep. You need to know some storage rules. One is the 1 motion storage rule. Are you making it easy or difficult to get the item you just stored? If you have to move a bunch of other items to get to it and make a big mess, then it's not stored right. You need to make it easy. So one step to get it, 1 motion to put it back. Make it as easy and simple as possible. It's more likely to get back to where it belongs. So that's 1 motion. Then think of well confined and defined. Well confined and defined. That means, does this item you're holding have a specific home? Or is it just all loosey-goosey on the shelf? No, you have to put it in a bin, and better yet, have a label on it, because it's more likely to go back in the bin. So you're sorting likes with likes. This is my baking supplies. This is my rice, all my rice and quinoa or whatever. But it's in a bin and has a label. So ask yourself, what items are I spending valuable time looking for? That's a clue you're not storing it right. And putting labels on grouped items will make it more likely that it finds its way back home. Clutter attracts clutter. Ask yourself why you are leaving so many things out on your horizontal surfaces. Having only the essentials on your surfaces will make things so much easier to clean and find. So there's not just the clutter that is defined as things you don't need. There's clutter that things you do need, but you have it all over the place on every single horizontal surface. And it's gonna mess with your mind. It is. It's gonna mess with your mind. It's gonna make you feel all chaotic and messy in your mind. And you don't want that. Also, keeping low inventory. Keep less of anything that makes keeping less of anything makes your life easier. You've simplified. I have one of this. I'm not stocking up. I'm not having a whole bunch of stuff. I'm just having maybe one to use and one to spare if I use it. Yeah, so reduce your, think about the function. Look around and see if things in your home are serving their function. Like a stack of mail on your desk, a pile of clothes on the floor, or on the chair instead of a hamper, or a hook or a hanger. I'm really into hooks and hangers. I'm more into hooks because they're so easy, one motion. A hanger takes more than one motion. Not that I don't put everything on a hanger or things on a hanger, but the things I'm going to reuse, like a bathrobe, it's on a hanger, and my purse and my keys and stuff. Those are on hangers. On hooks. And so where do your clothes belong? I mean, on a hook, a hanger, or a hamper. That's the three choices you have, not all over the floor. Ask yourself, why are your shoes all over the floor? Do you have a good place for your shoes? So ask yourself, are things in your home easy to find and get to? And then ask yourself, what has to change? Okay, there's 3 types of storage, and this revolutionized my life. When I found out this, it's like primary. You have primary storage. It's for items you use every day and you need to have very handy. So give me an example. I asked my class, give me an example. Toothpaste, toothbrush, yeah, soap, lotion, yeah, all that. My coffee cup, my coffee maker, my toaster, yeah, I use that every day. Those are primary items. They belong in a primary space. Out where you can get to them, easy to get to. Not necessarily out on the counter, but very, very easy to find. And then the secondary type of storage is for items you use weekly or monthly. And you can go a few steps to get to them. Say my silicone muffin tin. I don't make muffins every week, but maybe once a month. And yeah, it's pretty handy. It's 10 steps to the laundry room, and it has shelves that I can put the secondary items in. So my laundry room serves as a secondary storage room. And then there's long-term. This means you don't want to be putting Christmas decorations in your kitchen in a primary area, or not even in a secondary area. You want to put it in a long-term, like say my little storage closet upstairs. I want to put my little mini Christmas tree. I have a little teeny one that I don't have to decorate anymore. I've really downsized when it comes to seasonal decorations. But that goes up there because I don't use it every day. So clear out, let's say you're in your kitchen, clear out all that stuff, that turkey platter that you only use on Turkey Day, on Thanksgiving. Yeah, clear it out so you have room for things, and it doesn't have to be all over your counter because you actually have room in your primary area. So I hope that is clear. And then resources, that's our next step. Where can we take them? And that's very important. So I don't cover that when I talk about my 5 steps because it's not one of the 5. Well, yes, it is. It is a 5. It is. It's the deal with it. What am I thinking? Yeah. That's step 3. Okay. So decide, do it. Step 3 is deal with it. Yes, resources. Where can you take it? So do a little research, ask some people that you know, where to sell items, where they donate, what's a good place to donate, what's a good place to have a place that comes to your home. And I have a whole resource list, but it's a local list in my area. And a lot of it won't apply to you. So you have to know how to get it out of your house. And also, I have this leave the guilt at the front door when you're decluttering. That item of clothing you never wear, that gift someone gave you, that item you never return to the store, that hobby you no longer do. That was your past self, not your present self, not your future self. Get rid of your past self stuff that doesn't fit your life anymore. Okay, so this is something that I hear all the time. Remember, I hear people say this. I paid good money for it. I can't let it go. I let it go, let it go. So remember this, when you're thinking that kind of thinking, that's thinking. The money you spent on your item is gone. Zip, it's gone. You are not any richer because you store this item in your home. No, I paid $200 for this, so it's gonna stay in my closet till I die because it's valuable. So you're not any richer because you store this item in your home or outside of your home, like in a paid storage unit. No. And you won't be any poorer if you let it go. My husband helps me a lot with that. Yeah, get rid of it, Sandy. He says, get rid of it. And it takes all the guilt off. I go, okay. He says, get rid of it. I'll get rid of it. It's nice to have somebody like that in your life. If you don't, invite them over. People that have no problem getting rid of stuff, they're not going to have any problem getting rid of your stuff. So, you might want to have them over. So that is the 5 steps that a lot of my social media people have been wanting to know. And I've just kind of loosey-goosey type, not doing it in any particular order and doing random reels. But I'm going to send them here to this YouTube channel. And then my YouTube videos go onto my website. And the detail is there on the blog. So it's not only a video, it's a blog connected with that. So they can actually read what I'm saying, most of what I'm saying. So remember, my 5-step method. Decide, do it, deal with it, declare victory over it, and develop better habits. That is what's going to get you from chaos to order, or what I call serenity. I wrote an ebook, and it was called Operation Serenity, and it talked about my entire journey from chaos to serenity and how my husband became astonished with the new me. And it was exciting, and God placed on my heart to share it with others. So I'm teaching classes now, and I'm actually being paid to talk. My lifelong dream, I love to talk. So think about it, and it's going to take me a while to actually get it all cleaned up, the workbook, and get it polished up pretty and a nice cover on it and get it out on Amazon. It's going to take me a while, but you have this video to get you started. And you have this, it'll be on there. You can just refer to it whenever you need to and get started. And hopefully those little snippets that I put on Facebook and Instagram, they're just little tastes. They're just little appetizer. This I gave you today is the full meal. It's the full meal, people. It's the 5-step. But I go into managing time. I go into how to develop new habits. I go into how to get your ducks in a row, morning, afternoon, and evening routine, how to have routines. I talk about it takes 21 days to make a habit stick. And I've got some books that I've read about that. But this 1 hour, one thing has changed my life completely. It just structures my day. I needed that, especially now that I'm retired. I needed structure and I needed a plan. And that little section in my brain is not the strongest section. The creativity part is, but not the planning. So I still have these in my home to remind me that the places I cleared out are never going back to chaos again. They become chaos-free zones, and the habits and the planning and everything congeals. I have read every book that you could possibly imagine on decluttering, and I thought acquiring knowledge was the way to go. Oh, I need another book. I need another method. I need somebody to tell me what to do. No, what I needed was these 5 steps. What I needed is to finally realize, if not now, when? So I give you the question. If not now, when? Are you going to have to take another decluttering course, or you're going to have to read some more books on it? No, you probably have all the knowledge you need. You need the motivation, the inspiration, and a prayer. I wish you the best. Talk to you later.